Hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to be sharing what's in my travel makeup bag, and I have kept this bag as minimal as possible. So by the time you're seeing this video, I am already back home, but I still wanted to share what I've packed, what I'm bringing, and the reasons why. So let's just hop right into it. So first of all, this bag is one that I got off Amazon. I will leave it linked down below, and I love it just because it opens like this and then it actually folds out completely. So it looks like this, and it fits a lot of makeup. Not that I'm bringing a lot. Now we are actually going on a road trip, so we're not going to be flying, so I don't need to be mindful of weights and sizes and things like that, which is such a godsend. But I still want to pack as light as possible, just because I don't want to be having to worry about all of my stuff while we're gone. And I also just know that I'm traveling. So as much as I love doing my makeup, I'm not going to spend a ton of time doing it while we're away. So I don't really need to bring a ton of products. In addition to this makeup bag, I did also have a mirror that I really loved from Amazon that I also brought on our last trip. I will leave that link down below as well, but I've actually lost it, which is strange because I don't tend to lose my stuff ever, but I have no idea where this mirror is. So I'm gonna have to purchase another one of those. But the very first thing I put in is the Magic Hydrator Mist from Charlotte Tilbury. So where we're going has a very dry climate, which I'm so excited about. I live in a pretty humid climate and I hate it. I absolutely hate humidity. My skin absolutely hates a dry climate though. So I do need to be mindful and pack products that are going to help me stay as hydrated as possible. So I've added in this hydrator mist from Charlotte Tilbury. You are supposed to use this after your skincare. You can use it before and after makeup as well, and it does feel so nice and so hydrating on the skin. I did get this in her most recent mystery box, but I've really been enjoying it, so I definitely wanted to bring this. And along the same line of thought, with keeping super hydrated, I will be bringing my Revlon Intense Hydration Cream. So I will of course have all my skincare, SPF, and everything like that packed separately, but my main base for makeup lately has been the Intense Hydration Cream. They did send me this in a very generous package with a bunch of their brushes, and their brushes are fantastic. I've been really enjoying them, but this is the product that is standing out. I love this so much. I think if you have very dry skin, this is a godsend. They do also have a lighter hydration cream as well that I've heard a lot of people talk about, but as somebody who is very dry and cannot stand when my makeup looks dry as a result, I thought this would be amazing, and it is. It is so intensely hydrating. It does leave a bit of a glow on the skin just because it is so hydrating, but it gives the most beautiful hydrated base. It preps the skin for makeup so well. My makeup sits amazingly on top of this. I don't have any products that are not getting along with this, which I think is also a standout. I find when you go in with these thicker, heavier moisturizers, it can often make your makeup pill just because the skincare is too heavy. That does not happen with this. They did such an amazing job with this. You get a ton of product in here as well. So this will last you a very long time. I use this every day. I just use a pea-size amount and it does my entire face. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough good things about this, so this is obviously coming along. For foundation, I only wanted to bring one. I don't want to get too complicated with it, so I just went with my tried and true. This is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. I have mine in the shade Mont Blanc. This is not my first bottle of this foundation. This is just my holy grail favorite foundation. I love the way it sits on my skin. It's a beautiful medium coverage. It gives me such a beautiful soft glow, but it's not too much. It's not too shiny. It's not too glowy. It just looks so beautiful on my skin. It blends out like a dream. Every time I use this, I'm so happy with my makeup, so I'm just gonna bring this. I don't need anything else, and like I said, I want something that is going to be quick and foolproof, and this has not once let me down in the 2 years I've been loving this, so this is obviously coming along. For concealer, I am switching it up and bringing something new. So I have long been obsessed with the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. That is still my holy grail favorite. I don't know if that will ever change. But for this trip, I'm going to be bringing the new MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer. I have the shade NW10. I've just been loving this. This is so good. I do have a full review and wear test of this one, and I just love how lightweight this is. It blends out like a dream. It gives you a medium coverage. The Natasha Denona does give a little bit more coverage than this, but this is just so lightweight, so hydrating. It's just very, very comfortable. So I've been really, really loving this one. I think it's fantastic. It also wears all day long, and this creases less than any other concealer I've ever tried. The Natasha Denona was the benchmark for that. It was the most crease resistant. Then I tried the Danessa Myricks, and it kind of jumped into that top spot with respect to crease resistance, but the Natasha was still my favorite for coverage and other reasons. But then I got this, and this is actually even more so than the Danessa Myricks. So I really do love this one. Natasha still got my favorite, but this is just absolutely fantastic. I've been loving it so, so much. For powder, again, I'm going with a foolproof option that I know I just absolutely love. I'm going with my Givenchy Prisme Libre Powder. I do have this in a travel size. I have the shade 2 Satin Blanc. This is just my absolute favorite powder. I've been trying other ones. I keep trying to like other ones, and I just can't. This is the absolute very, very best powder if you have dry skin. For the longest time, I was only using pressed powders, but there is something about this one that doesn't add any weight to the face, any weight to the makeup, doesn't make the makeup look heavy or cakey. It does not emphasize pores or anything like that. It is truly very, very blurring, and it locks everything in place. It sets everything down. This is just the absolute best of the best when it comes to a setting powder. I can't stop using this. For brows, I'm also keeping it very, very simple. I'm just bringing my Revlon Color Stay Brow Pencil in the shade Auburn and my Rare Beauty Flexible Lifting Gel. I may have to throw in an extra gel because this one is very, very close to being done, but these are my go-to right now. The pencil's not my absolute favorite. It's just way too creamy for a brow pencil, but it's the one I'm using, and it's the absolute best shade match for me right now, so I am going to be bringing this one. For bronzer, I'm going to be bringing my YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze in the shade 1. I just love this. This is one of my absolute favorite bronzers for my very fair skin. This is not too deep. It is, like I said, it's very light, so it's going to give me a really beautiful soft bronze without looking like I've got too much bronzer on. It's never going to look too intense. It's just really easy to work with. It's so easy to blend. And because it's not too pigmented, it's easy to just put on, blend out, and be done. I don't have to worry that I'm going to get too much and have to spend time fixing it. It's just absolutely perfect. It's so buttery soft. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I really do love this one. For blush, I'm bringing the Patrick Ta blush in Not Too Much. This is one of my favorites. So I do love his cream and powder duos because you can use the cream, you can use the powder, you can use them both together. With this duo, I love using them together. I love putting down the powder and then locking it in with the cream, but I also just love using the powder. It's just the perfect rosy brown blush that looks natural but also just really, really beautiful. When you add the cream, it does intensify everything, so I don't always add the cream, but this is just the perfect shade and it really goes with everything, so I'm not going to have to think too much when I'm doing my makeup, which I appreciate. I also wanted to bring the new duo from Dior in Dior Vera because this is a blush and a highlight, and I love both of them. This is just a softer, more pinky, peachy kind of blush if that's the mood I'm in, and then this highlighter is also really, really pretty. It does have glitter in it, but it's not too much. It's still somehow a little bit more of a subtle highlight. Normally when I think of highlighters with glitter, they are so intense, so blinding, but this is actually just a really pretty, softer glow. You can still see the glitters, but again, it is a much softer glow. So I've really been enjoying this duo, and I am excited to have this one along. Okay, let's talk about lips, and then I'll get into the eyes. So for a lip liner, I'm bringing the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Wherever Walnut, because this is just a perfect neutral everyday shade. This will go with any lip combo I want, because it does have that more pinky nude, and this just gives enough to emphasize the lips. It's incredibly long wearing, but like I said, I can emphasize the lips, outline them perfectly, and then I don't have to think too much about the lip color I'm putting on with it, because I'm pretty much always going to be using a more pinky shade. And I know in my purse I have a Fenty gloss bomb. I also have the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Icon Baby, so those are probably the lipsticks I'm going to reach for. I don't have them here because they're in my purse, but I've also included the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Vinyl in the shade Sheer Iris. I've really been loving this lip product. I think it looks so nice. I do have it on today with the Tower 28 lip liner. I really like this. This is really shiny. It doesn't have any shimmer to it, but it just makes the lips look so smooth and shiny, and it just has the right amount of pigment. And in keeping with my concerns about going to a drier climate, I have 2 lip balms in here. I'm sure I have more in my purse as well. I'm bringing the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Pink Sugar. I also have Vanilla Beige, and that's my absolute favorite. And it's actually half gone, but I'm going to be bringing this one because it is very full. It's very hydrating. I got this one in the most recent Sephora Favorites lip set, and I love it. And it, of course, smells good. But my absolute diehard favorite lip balm formula that I'm bringing is the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. This is the most hydrating lip treatment, more so than the Summer Fridays, more so than anything else I have in my collection or that I've ever tried. And this one is in Strawberry Sorbet, so it does give a really pretty pinky tint to the lips, but it is a thicker balm. It also gives a lot of shine, so it does look more like a lip gloss, but like I said, it is very, very thick and hydrating. It smells incredible, and it wears a little bit longer on the lips than the Summer Fridays, which I appreciate. So I'm definitely bringing this along as well. Okay, for the eyes, I have my Alter Ego eyeshadow base. This is just my very favorite. This one is very affordable. I think mine is actually nearing empty as well, so I will definitely have to grab another one, but this is my absolute favorite eyeshadow base. I do have very dry skin, dry under eyes, but I have oily eyelids. I don't know what that's about, but if I don't put down an eye primer, my lids will just eat my shadows. So I do use this every single time I do my makeup. I usually put this down and put a powder over top or a cream toned eyeshadow to set everything, and it's perfect. My eyeshadow always lasts all day long. It wears all day. It looks flawless all day. So this is just the best of the best when it comes to eye primers. For mascara, I am bringing my beloved YSL Lash Clash. I just love this. This makes my lashes look so long and full and fluffy. It's what I'm wearing today. I absolutely love how long and giant it makes my lashes look, but they never ever end up looking clumpy. This is just such a fantastic mascara. I don't normally recommend purchasing high-end mascaras because the drugstore can do it just as well. But there is something so special about this mascara. I love the bristles. It does have a more triangular shaped wand to it, but the way the bristles are, it kind of looks like they're going around the wand. This is a soft bristle brush, which I also appreciate. I can't stand those plastic bristle wands because they're just too pokey. But I love this so much. This is such a good mascara. It's definitely my all-time favorite. And finally, I am bringing 2 eyeshadow palettes. I am going small, but I do love pink eyeshadow and I love brown. So that's what we're doing. The first product I'm bringing is the Dior D Floral Quint. So I did pick this up and I had initially planned to review it. Okay. like I said, I initially planned to review this quad. And once I got it in the mail, it came in and it was broken. It was quite a mess. I'll pop up the photos here. I contacted Dior, who then contacted Canada Post to set up an investigation. Then Canada Post reached out to me asking for all the information under the sun and all of the photos, which I promptly sent to them. And as of the time I'm filming, I'm still waiting to hear back as to whether I'm getting a refund or a replacement or the outcome of the investigation. But it did come broken, like you see in the photos. I just opened it up and then flipped it over to get the little applicators out so that they didn't fall out. And 2 shades fell out of it. So I am just not meant to own this quint, I tell you. So I'm not gonna bring this because now that's broken, and now I'm in a bad mood with Dior. So I've now swapped that out for another pink color story, and I'm gonna bring the Natasha Denona Mini Rose. So I wasn't gonna bring this, but in case I want a pink option, I know Natasha's not gonna let me down. I always love her shades. I always love her eyeshadows. So I really do like this. I think it's so pretty. I love a good pink color story. I think that's fairly obvious at this point, but I did want to have a pink option along with me, and the Natasha Denona Minis are just perfect because they're so little. I also wanted to include the Mini Biba because this is just my absolute favorite. It still is. The dip that I have and this shimmer right here is insane. I am expecting to hit pan on it at some point. I love this one so much. I've talked it absolutely to death. I just find these peachy tones so flattering on me personally. I think it has to do with my fair skin, but I just absolutely love this one, and the shimmer in here is just my favorite shimmer of all time. It's like a nude champagne with a peachy twist. It's just perfect. And I'm also bringing the Mini My Dream because this one has been sort of trying to knock the Mini Biba out of the top spot this year. I tried this at the very, very beginning of the year, and I have used it so much. I'm hoping you can tell on camera how beat up this palette is because it's just the perfect everyday go-to eyeshadow palette. I love it so, so much. I thought about bringing so many different ones. You guys know I love eyeshadow. It's just my absolute favorite thing. I'll never stop. I don't care if eyeshadow is not trendy at the moment. I do what I want, and I want eyeshadow, so that's what I'm doing. I was going to bring one of my Viseart palettes because I love those too, but at the end of the day, Natasha Denona is the one that brings me the most joy and is my favorite eyeshadow formula. So I'm just bringing these. I could just bring one of her larger palettes. That would almost make more sense at this point, but these minis are perfect. That is it for me today. Let me know down below, what are some of your favorite travel essentials when it comes to traveling, especially in long road trips. Let me know some of the makeup that you love to bring. What would you bring if you were going on a pretty lengthy road trip? I just love hearing from you guys so, so much, and I love hearing what you're loving and what just always works for you. What is your tried and true? Let me know down below because I just love hearing from you guys so, so much. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload new videos every single week. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!